Okay, we live. What's going on, Appliance Boot Camp? Mike Sneed coming to you again. Just want to let everybody know we got a hands-on live event coming up on the 25th of this month. Our new hands-on live event is 3 days long. It starts on Friday, go Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we have another one in February. It's gonna be February the 25th. So we got people signing up for it. Can't wait to see you all here. Come on down. Like I said, I love the hands-on live event to get the people out here and actually start on their new business, creating generational wealth for them and their families, and also the ones that come that already have started the business and just to talk to them, it makes the class so much better. And for the alumni to always show up, that makes it great too. Also, coming up in the next week or so, I'm putting together a tour date where I'm going to actually get out this summer and actually go out to a couple of different states and cities to meet up with the alumni and to do like a mini boot camp. So you have those dates coming out. I'm in the process of securing some buildings for me to actually come out and do that, and I'm looking forward to putting that together. So you have those dates coming. Also, we're still in the planning stages of doing the skill trade course. We're putting something together. It might. I think it's gonna turn out to be really, really good. Um, we got a lot of we got four great guys working on that, and with a lot of experience with the skilled trades and stuff. So I'm looking forward to see how that turns out. Um, but now we're going to kind of get started in what we're talking about. Today, it's been a hot streak. So, what we'll call the ice cream parlor is starting to pick up, and we're pretty much low on flavors, and it's going to be really hot this weekend. So, I'm kind of tired because I've been making ice cream all afternoon. So, I'm going to kind of get this one going. And also, I'm supposed to be talking to some middle school kids. Slick is putting together a school trip with some high school, middle school kids. So tomorrow I gotta go speak there. So I'm gonna try to get done a little quick tonight, so I can get home, get some rest, so I can do that and be well rested if I'm going to speak in front of some kids tomorrow. So tonight we're going to talk about how life plays funny tricks on us. And this is kind of like this is I excuse you all. It might come off like a little bit of a sermon or whatnot, uh, but all of it goes with business and stuff. But it's something that the conversations, like I say, what I normally talk about is the conversations that I'm having and what I'm doing throughout the week or right before I come on. But this week I've had some great conversations with people, great conversations, and this particular conversation that I had with one of the alumni really has stuck with me, and it brought so many memories of my own journey back into my head after talking to him. And like I say, if anybody would like to call me, the best time to reach me is on Wednesdays between 1 and 4 Eastern Standard Time. You can reach me at the number that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. That's the best time to reach me on Wednesdays between 1 and 4 Eastern Standard Time, 919-373-5526. But if you all don't know, I've told this story before. I don't know if I told you all. I'm pretty sure I have. I tell it to everybody. Uh, but the first semester of college, when I went to college, I flunked out. I was on an interview with Buy Back the Hood, and they're asking me what type of student I was in college and stuff. I told them I flunked out the first semester. First time I went to college, like I said, I got up there to A&T and just it just went wild, and I flunked out. And at the time, I thought that was the worst time of my life. I thought it was the worst thing ever that happened to me. Here it is. I had all my life. I said I wanted to be an engineer, and here it is now. I went up there. The first didn't even make it one year, made it one semester, and now I'm back home. I don't flunked out. and it was so embarrassing that I had to come back and tell all my friends or family. I was trying to dodge people, and they wanted to know, I thought you was in school. What you doing here? You gotta tell them, man, I didn't, I flunked out. I had to come back. I had to come back home. It was just so embarrassing. And at the same time, I didn't think about it much then, but I thought about it. I think about it a lot now that I have kids that are in college, and I just wonder what would happen, how I would feel if my kids had done that. If my daughter went there and flunked out of school the first semester and stuff, and then I think about my father. I have to tell all his friends and stuff. I had to bring that boy home. He went up there and messed up and didn't do anything. I wonder how I would feel if I had to do that, and go face all my friends and family, telling them about my daughters. They flunking out the first year. But at the time, I thought my dad was the meanest man in the world, because all he had to do, because they wouldn't let me stay that second semester. I've just been on probation. Um, they said, okay, I was on a partial scholarship. I lost the scholarship because I just flunked everything. I think I started off with 17 hours. I ended up with one class and a lab, and I made a C and a D in both of those. And they told me I could come back the next semester, but they would have to pay, and I would have to be on probation. And my dad said, "Nah, I'm taking him home." So my dad made me pack up make me go back to my dorm room, and in front of my dorm roommate and all them, I had to go pack my stuff up and go. And I remember thinking my dad was the meanest person in the world to make me go there and pack up. All he had to do was just say yes, and I could have went back on probation. And I remember on the ride back home, I was crying, my mom crying, because she wanted me to stay. And so my dad told me, he said I went up there and I messed up those people money. They had paid for me to go to school. He said I messed their money up. So he said what I had to do, I had to work, and I had to pay him back. Now he didn't pay. I had to work and give him the money that I messed up before he'll let me go back to school. So he got me a job working at Burlington, where he worked at in the cotton mill, working at the cotton mill, Burlington Industry, cutting cloth. So they give you a pair of scissors, and they bring this blanket out, and all you doing is take the scissors, just cutting the cloth all day. So I got to see what he had to do, and the life that if I what could easily I could easily be doing the rest of my life if I didn't take advantage of the situations that I had. But anyway, I worked, and just so happened I had signed up for an internship with a company called Mid Atlantic Telephone Company, and they didn't know I had flunked out. And so they called me, asked me was I still interested in the internship, and I was like, yeah. So I got it, and I got to travel that summer all up and down the East Coast with two engineers. We were going into a manufacturing facility. At that time, they were just starting to do kind of like networking, but it was mainly networking with the telephones, doing the PBXs, and they were networking where they was allowing you to hook up computers. You couldn't go outside of the actual facilities, but they were putting what they call like a token ring. We're doing token ring networks and stuff. So I was on the front end of doing all of that, and wiring that stuff up with them, and wiring up the PBXs and programming the switches and stuff. So I got to work with two engineers all summer doing that, and that money gave me enough money to pay my dad back so I could get back into school. And it also, I saw what the engineers, what they were doing, and I saw what I would like to do as a technician. I actually switched my major and went to electronics, computer technology. I liked that better, so it worked out good. What I thought was the worst thing in the world turned out to be the best thing in the world. I didn't quite like sitting in the writing code and programming switches all day. I much preferred to be in the actual switch itself, repairing it and making the connections. And so that's why I went back to school, and I knew what I wanted to do. Um, but I tell everybody that because I went back, I made the dean's list after that, and I remember everywhere I went from there, I would tell people I flunked out of school my first year. and my dad brought me home, and I remember everybody would laugh and joke and this and that. But if I had a dime for every time somebody since then have came up to me and say, "Man, I was telling my son I'm gonna do like your dad done you." No, people I've met that I used to work with back 30 years ago at Data General and stuff, and I tell them about that, and they come back and they tell me, yeah, I done my daughter like your dad done you, and they got so much inspiration from that story. And like I said, at one time my dad was embarrassed. They had to tell people they had to pull me out of school, but then that became his highlight. Whenever we got around, they'll say, "Yes, Sneak, tell us how you had to pull that boy out of school." And people admired him for doing that. Instead of it looking at something bad, in later years, he got admiration from everybody to be strong enough to stand on his ground to do that and to pull me out. And that's something that I always thank him for. You know, and I'm glad I got to thank him before he passed for doing that. And that was one of the times I thought was one of the worst times of my life. Turned out to be one of the best times of my life. Same thing. After I graduate from college, I go to work as an engineer, and what's it called? I get laid off, and me getting laid off, I thought was the worst thing in the world that had ever happened to me. I'm married, got a young kid, just built a house, and I'm unemployed, and I can't find work. I can't even work for free. Everybody heard this story, and I'm going around, and I finally get the entrepreneur bug. I open up the magazine. I see appliance repair at the top, the best small businesses to start. I start my appliance repair business, and my wife and I go around the neighborhood and we put out flyers, and I got enough work to make it through the week. That's how I started my appliance repair company. And like I say, at that moment, when I first got laid off, I thought it was the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life, and I was doing everything trying to avoid the lesson of where life was taking me. I could have kept fighting and fighting, and maybe force somebody to give me a job. No, I could have maybe went up there and maybe do like the Miami Dolphins head coach. I'm sorry what happened or anything, but I could have maybe put up a big fuss about it. Why they didn't give me a job and maybe force them into doing something. But because I left and just told them they could have corporate America, I ain't want no part of it no more. It turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me in my whole entire life. Instead of me trying to force them to change corporate America, I was able to build my own corporate America. So now, uh, I'll getting to where we're going to today. Um, I was talking to one of the alumni, and just like a lot of the alumni that came through here, and not only just the alumni, but a lot of our fellow brethren in the appliance repair trade and in all across all skilled trades. Unfortunately, early on in their life, they might have spent some time in prison. This guy, he had spent some time in prison, and a lot of times when I'm talking to them, after once they get comfortable with me and stuff, and we talk a little bit, eventually they'll let me know. I spent some time in prison and stuff. I don't. They always say all of them always say the same thing. I don't like to talk about that period of my life. I try to keep it away. I don't want to. I don't like to. That was time I don't want to. I don't want to reflect much on. I say okay, fine. But I tell them all the time, one day you'll feel comfortable, and you be a lot more people would like to hear you all stories of how y'all came because it's inspiring to hear their stories. Well, anyway, he like I said, he spent some time in prison, and from there in prison, he worked. His job was the maintenance job. I no, they give him jobs when they're in prison, and his job was to work with the maintenance department. And believe it or not, what he had to do, he had to repair, he had to repair the kitchen appliances. And he said it's funny, he had blocked all this stuff out of his head. His job, he had to repair those commercial appliances inside of the kitchen. Well, anyway, here I am. I'm what you call doing the video of the Jersey Mike's ovens, the bread ovens and stuff. And he see the bread oven, he immediately recognized it. He said, "Man, I've been fixing those things for years in the prison." And he knows exactly how to fix them. He knows everything about them because that's what he's been working on for years. And he said, when I saw that, he said it popped in my mind. He said, I know that. I know how to fix that. Why I ain't been going to the commercial these commercial restaurant places trying to fix their stuff. He done it for years in prison, fixing all the commercial equipment in the prison. So he knew the brand and everything. He knew everything about it. So he goes out and he hooks up with a couple of Jersey Mikes and stuff or in his area, and he's gonna be doing their repairs and all. He know everything about it. And he said it's funny. Once he done that, he opened up. He said he started thinking about times where when he was in prison, and him and I guess they have a guy who the free people in the real workers. I shouldn't say the real workers, but people who the civilians who work for the prison that actually they're co-working with, and they had the instructor, the head guy. He was thinking back of things that they that they were working on, but they couldn't fix. But now, because of appliance boot camp and him doing appliance repair, he knew what was wrong. He said, I remember with those commercial ovens, they don't have the thermistors. They have thermocouplers. The guy he was working with, he was trying to read resistance, and you got to read milliamps. And so he said he knew that now. He knew why they could never read get the readings and stuff right and all that. He said all that stuff started going back in his head, different stuff that he was working on, what was wrong and why they couldn't fix it. And this is the crazy thing. So now he's out here, he's fixing appliances, running his appliance repair business, and he said you would not believe it. He said he had the supply house buying parts, and he said behind him he heard somebody talking, and he recognized the voice. And he said, I know that voice. And he turns around, and it's the maintenance supervisor in the prison that he used to work at. He's there buying parts too. And he immediately recognized him, and they started talking. And he's telling him, that he runs his own appliance repair business. This guy, he has his own electrical business also outside of working for the prison and whatnot. And the guy said he had thought about doing appliance repair and stuff. And he said they talked for a long time, and he was telling him what was wrong with those ovens and how to fix the ovens, and also he said it was the guy was just so amazed, and when they sat down and had a conversation, how his business acumen, how much he knew about business from doing appliance boot camp and running his own business, how he was actually educating that guy about business. They were talking business, and the guy was so amazed at how much he knew about business and whatnot that the guy is actually he got some brochures. They actually thinking about sending his son or something to appliance boot camp. But yeah, but he said he was just he said he was able to sit down with that guy, and they were able to talk business, and that guy was just so amazed at how much business knowledge he had, and how he had started his business and how well it was going. And so and that right there is something that I think everybody needs to hear, because a lot of people are coming through appliance boot camp that's coming from the same place that he had came through, and a lot more people. But we don't want people to get pigeonholed and think about the prison stuff. But that's something that, even though it was the worst time in his life, it's something now that's making. He said now it's something that's making he's making money from the time they went to prison and stuff. It actually turned out to be something that could. Nobody wants to spend time in prison, but it can. This is something that actually that he's going to be able to not only not just be something negative. It's something that he can take positive from it. He ain't gonna never go back again, but it's something that he that adds to his life journey that he can actually make money off of and have a skill set from. And see, that's one of the things where a lot of people always ask us, how do y'all get this camaraderie and this brotherhood that y'all have with so much of the alumni and appliance boot camp um, students and stuff? And I have to tell them it's not nothing that's manufactured. It's something that's sewn into the fabric. You have to truly care about the people that you're educating. It can't be it, you have to really care about the you can, if I say care, um, how can I say this? Uh, when I say I want to build a school, all right. So I say I want to build a school to teach entrepreneurship for so people learn to start their own business. I'm not saying I want to collect money for somebody to buy me a school. I said I want to build a school. Wherever I could afford, that's where my school was going to be at. So this was the building I could afford. Hey, this is my school building. I got building out of this. Same thing when people are coming here to apply boot camp. It's not about it's not about me making them a super tech. It's not about me. It's not about me trying to fleece them and keep selling them the same product over and over and over and over. Uh, it's about you truly want to see people live the lifestyle that you live. I don't want to be the only person that's doing well. A lot of people call me. They say, I just want to thank you for not keeping this to yourself. I'll be like, why would I want to keep it to myself? So many people just want to be the only person with money or only person that has stuff. I'm so happy that you actually shared it with us. And that's I think that's the thing it is where I'm not trying to do no missionary work and I'm not trying to make people into into something that not say make I'm not trying to change nobody into being something that they're not. I know what people I know what the people who come to Appliance Boot Camp. I know what they need. I know what they need in order to survive because I've been there. I had so many guys that come through here that's been through the same thing. So I know what they need, and that's what I'm trying to put into them. Now, if they want to go on and become somebody who have 30 or 40 technicians and stuff, fine, they can go ahead. There's a lot more people who's out in the space who can handle them doing that. But my job is to get them in here, get them a solid foundation, so they can have a stable life, that they can actually purchase the housing, that they can send their kids to school, uh, that they don't have to be out here working all day long for $200 and stuff, where they can actually now start to have that life of abundance that we all try to talk about. And that's where that brotherhood comes from. 'Cause everybody's is excited and everybody wants everybody to do well. And it's not no one person want to have all the shine. Now, I will tell you this right here though. Sometimes I would like to see you all get a little bit more of the notoriety because of what you all are doing. Sometimes I do feel like some people might, not some people. Sometimes I feel like maybe the algorithms or something does something to keep you all from getting out there to show exactly what you all are doing, and the impact that you all are having across this whole nation. I'm serious. Across the whole nation, you all are having an impact. And sometimes I think the algorithm with YouTube and all that kind of try to put a damper and hinder on that, and they try to push more of this crazy stuff that's going on and whatnot. Um, But I'm noticing now. I'm looking at you all might not appliance boot camp might not be getting on some of the major, might not be getting invited to some of the major platforms and stuff. But but because we got our foot knee deep in this business stuff, and the alumni got their feet knee deep in the business stuff, it's popping up. They no matter where people are going, applying boot camp is going to be right there in their face. I'm seeing it pop up on so many of the major YouTubers. I'm looking, and next thing I know, damn, they're gonna picture me up there. Or I'm looking, somebody from Appliance Boot Camp is up there, and they're talking about the appliance repair business and stuff. And what happens? If they're on there, people go look at follow them, and then from watching theirs, they come back to Appliance Boot Camp. So it's to the point where they're not going to be able to keep ignoring what we're doing because we have our stuff everywhere. And like I say, and because this is my actual life and I live it from day to day, and I've done it for 25, 30 years, can't nobody, like they say, used to say in church, can't nobody tell it like I can tell it because this is my life. So even if people might try to go around and say, okay, we're not going to get them, but we'll get somebody, they're not going to be able to do it because it's not going to be able to come off the same way than the person who actually lived it and know it. Can't nobody tell my story but me, like I tell it, because it's the truth. I walk it every day. It's kind of like, and I know appliance boot camp work. I know the blueprint works because it works every day for me. I know it works, and it's kind of like this past couple of days. I'm with the ice cream parlor. I had to meet with a pretty significant store up in Raleigh. They have several different locations, well renowned, and they wanted to taste some of our products. They had heard about ice cream, old fashioned ice cream. They heard about our products, and they wanted to taste some of our products to maybe put into because they couldn't find. They had one person that used to supply them, but that person is no longer in business, and so now they've been looking for somebody to give them the taste that they wanted in their ice cream, and they said they had just couldn't be able to find anybody, and somebody told them about us, so they asked us to bring them some samples, and that's one thing I can say. I took them six samples, and the six samples I took up there, those six flavors, there wasn't no doubt in my mind that those six flavors weren't no showstopper because I knew what I had put into. As we say back in the day, I had put my foot in that motherfucker, so I knew those flavors was good because I had walked those flavors. My son and I making those flavors. Some of them we started off with Jeff. We started off with a base that Jeff gave us to get started, but we put some soul into it. We walked those flavors up and down this our neighborhood and over to that sewing place where all those older women who've been cooking for years and years and years, and they they told us what was missing in it to get that southern punch that you need. So I know the passion that my son, those were flavors that he made, and I know the passion that he only got certain jobs that he can do, and he's real passionate about those jobs. And I know the passion that he has when he's stirring that mix. Because I'll be telling, man, I'm ready to go home. Stop stirring that mix. Let's go. He said, no. I know the passion he's stirring it with to get those lumps and stuff out of it. And I know what we put into it. So not dropped it off. Some people ask me how you think it went. I said I don't think I know it's the best ice cream that they had because I know what we put in there to get there, to get to that point. And sure enough, when I got when they sent me the email this morning, after they said ain't nothing in Raleigh or anything we tasted came close to what you all are putting out. I sent a screenshot of the email. Ain't nothing came close. And they want now they want to start talking to put out stuff in their stores. And that's the same thing with Appliance Boot Camp. Ain't nothing nobody can tell me that Appliance Boot Camp don't work. It ain't not because I know it works. I know it works. Because I've been there dead broke. I've been laying on my floor and thinking they're gonna cut my lights and stuff off because I didn't know I had spent all my money buying parts and somebody wrote me a bad. I spent all my money wiring a house and somebody wrote me a bad check or I bought all my parts and then a third party warranty company don't want to pay me my check. So I know where that comes from. So when I tell you not to do it, I'm telling you not to do it for a reason. Now, granted, some people still not going to listen. They're going to take the hard way, and you're going to get bit. But I told you not to do it. Same thing. I talked to a guy earlier this week. Told him not to go work for nobody. He said he thought he needed to go work for somebody. He told me the worst thing he ever done. He's working for that person, and he now he know how to fix appliances. But it's the business part that he wish he'd done, and he feel like he can't leave that guy now. But he's trying to get back into it so he can leave. But all that stuff I tell you all not to do, I'm not telling you that because I'm guessing at it. I'm telling you that because I know I walked there. I've done that. Now, I don't want you to have no problem. I know it worked. It's been tested and proven that it worked. That's what I'm saying with this appliance boot camp. Even with you all live, 10, 15 years from now, if you all have had some bad patch in your life, you're gonna find that patch is gonna be something that add value to your life, and you're not gonna be ashamed of it anymore. There's quite a few of you all got some great testimonials. I keep telling you all, y'all should tell people about them, but in due time you all will. But yeah, if you hear some of y'all, so many of them, so many alumni and people who came through homelessness and stuff, and through appliance repair, and made great things out of this, great lives for themselves. And like I say, eventually they will get to the point where they will start to talk about it. So that's enough of me preaching. I'm gonna read some of the stuff we got going on in the chat, and then I'm gonna go. As you can hear, I got my head wet last weekend, so I'm still a little hoarse. So I'm gonna leave out a little early so I won't be hoarse tomorrow. Hey, what's going on? Because we don't read. All right. BK from the Rockies, what's happening? Sean C. Good evening. What's going on? Hey, how you doing? Tester, tester, one, two, three, tester. Okay. Let me grab some water real quick. All right. Salute to Grandmaster Mike from ABC Fam. Hey, how you doing? Peace, AB family. Hey, how you doing? Mr. Steve doing big things. Proud of your legacy, sir. Thanks, man. Like I tell everybody, it's only through Appliance Boot Camp, the alumni, that I have that I'm able to have a little bit of success that I do have. If you all were applying it, I would have no success. My apps. What's up, Mike? ABC fan. Finally got finished with a Bosch dishwasher. It was a battle, but it got fixed. Man, congratulations, my apps, man. You are doing very well. Out here, you sticking with it, man. I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you. RE Appliance Repair. What's up, Mike? ABC fan. Hey, how you doing? Mr. O. Mike has soul, which is what makes the ABC community what it is. A teacher like Mike is rare. Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah. Also, I was what we call. I was going through documents. Uh, I'm gonna do a video on this also. I was going through the documents when JT and I first got together, and we put together appliance boot camp. Um, I gotta I gotta get our joint venture. I'm gonna get it framed and signed. I didn't know how much money we had put into appliance boot camp. But appliance boot camp, uh, when JT and I first got started, we wrote out. I wrote out the joint venture for us, a joint venture agreement for us. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do a video on that either tomorrow or Saturday, because a lot of you all are getting into doing stuff together, where you got two or three people coming together trying to do courses and do stuff. Um, I don't know if anybody had got with you all and showed you all how to do a joint venture, so you all can remain friends once the money and stuff start coming in. Because not, it won't take long before y'all not be friends, and people make changes. Well, anyway, I put together a joint venture agreement between JT and I when we first got started. We decided we were going to do the course, and this was before any money was made or anything. This was us when we finally, I finally agreed to do a course, and we wrote out each one of our responsibilities, the percentage, the percentage that each one of us was going to get, and everything, and how much money we had to put in. Let me get this thing on silent. So I was looking at that, and it was amazing. That, both of us put in $500 to start Appliance Boot Camp. I put in 500, he put in 500, and we said we gave each other a credit of 3,000 for the what's it called sweat equity, and the sweat equity was my 3,000 was to put together, do the teaching, and to build a classroom. His sweat equity was going to be that he got his 3,000 for was marketing and promoting the class on social media through his through his YouTube channel. And so what happened? I think the first class we were going to get about $7,500 or something like that. So we said okay, that way we had both get paid back our money that we put in our sweat equity and stuff. And we had a joint agreement, joint venture agreement for two to do two classes. After that, neither one of us didn't own anything of Appliance Boot Camp. I get the joint venture to put it in, but we done that for $500 for me, $500 for him, and that's the best $500 I ever spent in my life. $500 has made me over $1 million in Appliance Boot Camp, and has made JT also over $1 million. Those $500 that both of us put in there. Not saying that JT the $1 million didn't come from JT million didn't necessarily come from Appliance Boot Camp, but he made a grip with Appliance Boot Camp, and then from there, I think Appliance Boot Camp did get him a little bit more of a springboard to get over into the other stuff that he was doing and other affiliates and all the stuff he's doing. I'm just so proud of him. Now he's with the real estate and all that. Both of us became millionaires from a $500 investment and putting our heads together. And I'm very very proud of that. Um, that we were able to do that. Just and like I said, out of nothing, I was just sitting there in my little shop, and we decided we were going to do it, and we went at it, and we done it. Mike has an abundance mentality which allows him to give sustenance. He isn't threatened by anyone's success, even if they live in his own area. He will not hold back. Yeah, it was funny. Mr. Boland called me today, and he lives in Clayton. I don't ever see him, but he calls from time to time. And that was one of the things he was telling me. He was like, I was surprised when I called and told you I live in Clayton. I didn't want to start a business doing the same thing you were doing. And you told me you wouldn't even know I was here. He said, and it's the truth. He said, most people wouldn't have done that. He said, you put me in business right here where you was at. I said, yeah, that's fine. 89 Dr. Funk. When you bless others, it comes back tenfold. Also, Mike, you the only one who's accessible to folks. Others on YouTube mentioned makes their money right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Donnie Madden's half allowed. Yep. Hey, what's going on, Melanor? Good evening. Okay. What's up, Donnie Madden? So what's up, Mike ABC family? Mike, you just explained why people went hard at the guy who was trying to make a knockoff program. You change your lives and families, scammers and copycats get that work. Yeah. Okay. How do you build your How do you build your confidence? Confidence is going to come by you doing it, and the more knowledge that you have, the more knowledge that you have about the appliances before you go, the more confident you are. So before you go out there and repair the appliance, you're going to look at so say you got a dishwasher you got to repair. You're going to look at You're gonna look at the dishwasher module on Appliance Bootcamp. You're gonna call your customer, have them send you model and serial number. You're gonna take that model and serial number, go to like Appliancetology, get the service manual, read all of that. You're gonna search that model and serial number, the model number inside of Appliancetology. Read all the documents and everything people are saying on the topics about that model that you're working on. Then go to YouTube and search that model for that appliance and look at all those videos. Now you have knowledge about it. Now you got more confidence when you walk out there. And then the more you do it, the confidence builds. Hey Mike, I got signed up for a conference. You got approved. When you mentioned in the video interview they sold electronic parts, that may be a game changer for me. Stay tuned. Okay. Yeah, I used to buy a lot of parts from them. What's up, Mike ABC fam? 6 LG seal system repairs in the last 3 weeks, and at least one more coming up next week. LG keeping the lights on. Man, hey, if I can stand back what I got going on here, yeah, all you see here, oh LG compressors. Yep. I got them all next week, man. Yeah, I made a grip off of the LGs. I made a grip off of LGs. Matter of fact, I think that's all I'm going to start doing is just do compressors, do seal systems on Tuesdays. I'm at the point now. I don't like to run those service calls like that. I'm just going to do just the compressors on Tuesdays. I might do one. I might do a compressor Tuesday and one Wednesday. Do because now when if I got this many now, I only hate to see what's gonna be like this summer. And 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 now some of the guys that's in the area don't like doing them anymore. So some of the guys that's in the area they were doing them, but they say now they tired of doing compressors. So I'm getting a lot more compressors kicking back towards me. Okay. Yep, they networking. All right. Hey, what's up, Slick? All right. They networking. Yeah, I just got them out of here. I got the scammer out. Yeah, you got to read those service manuals, pre-game schematics, videos, appliance forms. Yep. Yep, LG's dropping this winter more than last year. Yeah, these LGs, man, these LGs are man, they dropping like flies. And I just I can I can't wait to see what it'll be like this summer. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna probably just start just doing just the compressors on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And I like I say, I don't like doing them, but the money is just so good. The money is just so good to get out there and I can. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna do but one. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna do no two a day and all that. I ain't gonna do but one a day. If I can do one a day and be home, I can leave here at 10, be done at 12, be back here before 1 o'clock, and got $1,000 in my pocket. That's great living. That's great living. Man, so but yeah, so that's it, y'all. Like I said, tomorrow I gotta go speak with some middle school kids. Trying to get my voice back. Uh, uh, Everything else is going good. Man, this life we live is a great life. It's a great life. I talked to one of the alumni earlier today. He said he got to go home. He get to stop by his house and eat lunch with his family and then go back to work. He said he just never knew life could be like this, and it's great. I'm really enjoying it. I'll tell you, I really enjoy life that I have right now. It's great. It's great. I'm also I might bring y'all along for this. One of my wife's cousins is in the process of trying to open up an ice cream parlor, so I'm kind of helping her do that. So I might if they go along with it, I'll take y'all along for that ride too. Be helping her get her ice cream parlor up and running. But yeah, the ice cream parlor. If you hadn't already, follow us on Save Invest Repeat. I got the outside of it redone. Um, the inside is redone. We're in the process. I'm trying to get it to where I'm making 250 to 300,000 per year out of there. So I got a lot of stuff I'm putting in there this year to get to those numbers. So you can follow that, and if you hadn't already, sign up for Appliance Bootcamp. We're gonna have some mini caps coming up this summer. You'll see the dates posted up. The city and at the time and the city's gonna be coming up in the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna start releasing some of those dates, so be on the lookout for that. And like I said, this is gonna be a great year for us, a great year for the appliance industry, for the alumni and everybody. And said nice job on the ice cream cake. Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, I think she done a great job. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll see you all on Monday. All right, bye bye.